a lot of people say, well, I know who I want to come follow me, but when I go to their Instagram page, it looks like crap, right? You have to have good content. So, Instagram is a visual platform, and appearance is everything. And I always look at it as like, when somebody comes to your account, the first thing you see is the top 9 photos, right? So you gotta make sure that your top 9 photos at all time look really good, right? You also want to brand your images. Sometimes people steal content. I mean, it's a sharing economy, right? So you want to make sure that if somebody takes your content, that your information is on there, so when other people post it, they know that it's your content, so they can come back and find your profile. The other thing is you want to have a consistent theme. You kind of want people to know what your account is about. You don't want to have a whole bunch of different things going on where people can't really figure out what's going on. The other thing is you want to keep the content fresh. You want to post a whole bunch of times, so if people do come to your account, they want to know that you're actually active and not just somebody who doesn't go on Instagram all the time. Now you've finally got everything figured out, right? You know what type of people you want to come to your account. You know what they're doing on Instagram, and now you've got content ready to go for them. So now you've got to bring the traffic, right? And so you can automate your follows, you can automate your likes, you can target users by location and different hashtags, and you can also schedule your posts. There's apps out there that can schedule your posts for you, and I'll share some of that with you. So, and this last one is the most important. So you want to be able to analyze your strategy. You want to be able to figure out what is working, whatever plan you set up, is that actually working? So something I like to do every week is just analyze the followers that are coming to me, coming to my account. Like, who are they? How did I get them? You want to analyze the engagement. What photos or videos am I posting are getting the most likes and most comments? And you want to take that information to kind of change your strategy and see, like, okay, if you post 2 photos, you might say, okay, I think this was going to do good, but your audience actually likes something else. You might need to change your strategy there. And then you also need to look at the timing of your interaction. You need to see what time of day do I get the most posts, or most likes. So for me, my most engaging time is usually like 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., right? So if I post in the morning, really no point. I need to post at the right time so I get the most engagement. And then you just need to repeat this weekly, right? I did this for like a year. Every week, Saturday. What happened this week? Is this working? And then continuously changing. So I'm going to walk you through how I did this on my account. So how does this work, right? So this was my account a couple of years back. I had 900 followers, and I was on a mission, right? So the first thing I had to do was I had to identify my target market. I was like, what people do I want to come to my account? Well, I personally wanted to post these like motivational quotes. I saw a whole bunch of motivational quote accounts out there that were doing well. So I wanted to find small business owners and entrepreneurs who were looking for daily motivation. And I wanted to find small business owners and entrepreneurs that were looking for help in digital marketing, because part of me also wanted to take them on as clients to help other people do digital marketing. So those are the people that I wanted to focus on. And then I had to figure out what they did on Instagram, right? That's number 2. So I said they used the Shark Tank hashtag, the motivation hashtag, startup hashtag, and small biz hashtag. I also noticed that they followed each and every individual Shark Tank member's accounts. So now I've got a huge audience of people that I can now attract to my page. Right? So then I had to develop my content strategy. So what I did was I created a lot of different posts, a lot of motivational quotes. But if you notice, like the top 2, so like double tap if you're going to be a millionaire. When somebody psychologically sees that, if they don't double tap that, they're not going to be a millionaire. So they have to double tap it, right? You got to get into the mind, right? The other one's tag someone who's going to crush February. This is like a call to action in the post. And the cool thing about this one, now mind you, I didn't know what was going to happen when I posted, but when I posted, I noticed that other people were tagging their friends to come check out this post. Now these people weren't even following me, so now they come to my account and they say, oh, this guy's got a pretty cool account, let me follow him. Right? And these are just a couple other posts that I created, just really focused on that entrepreneur, right? And motivation. These are 2 apps that I use to create those posts. One is called Typorama, and the other one is WordSwag. And I believe Typorama is free. I think WordSwag might be $1.99, but these are just a couple of different apps. There's tons of apps out there now. This is just what I used back in the day to create those quotes. And now I've got everything ready. I know who I want to target. I know what they're doing on Instagram, and I've got my content ready. Now it's time to activate automation. So Excuse me. There are two apps, or there's multiple apps out there that you can use to kind of build your robot. There's one called Follow Liker, and the other one's called Instagress. My personal favorite is Instagress. It's cloud-based, super easy to use. How many people have heard of Instagress before? All right, a couple, cool. So I'm gonna walk through Instagress because this is the one that I use. Really, you just go in there, sign in with your Instagram account. Sorry, this is a little grainy, but sign in with your Instagram account. You configure the dashboard, and literally you hit start, and then you just sit there and wait for the followers to come. This is what the dashboard looks like. Once you sign into your account, you basically can click either like, comment, follow, or unfollow. I'll go to the next slide because I'll show you how this works. So you'll set up your parameters where you'll say, I want to like these different hashtags, and I want to comment these different words. And you can put in whatever you want. So like for me, I was like, I want to follow all of David John's followers. I want to follow all of Mark Cuban's followers. I want to follow all of Barbara Corcoran's followers. I want to like all photos that people post that have the hashtag Shark Tank. I want to like photos that people use the hashtag motivation. And so I literally would just run this every week, wait on Saturday, stop it, and say what's working and what's not working, and just continuously change my content, right? The app that I was telling you about that you can use to schedule your posts, it used to be called Latergram, it's now called Later. But what you can do, I think it's like $20 a month, but you can schedule your posts for the week. So every Saturday, I say, okay, I'm gonna create all these different images, I'm gonna put them in there, I want them to go out these times throughout the week. It sends you a little alert to your phone, and then boom, you post it to Instagram. So that way you're not having to take a whole bunch of time, because like, how many people have trouble just like creating content and posting it every single day? Like it takes a lot, right? It's a lot, especially if you wanna post like 2 or 3 times a day. This is really good to use where you just drop your photos in there. And finally, you want to analyze your strategy, right? So what I did was I used a software called Iconosquare. It used to be free. Now it's a paid version. I think it's still cheap though, maybe under $10. And I looked at what were my most commented photos of the week and what were my most liked photos for the week. So remember, I was telling you that tag someone who's going to crush February. So what I took away from that was, let me do this every month. Tag somebody who's going to crush March. Tag someone who's going to crush April. For the most likes, as you can see, I started off with this kind of motivational quotes that had black background and white text, but I realized that once I changed it to gold, I was getting more engagement. So it's just seeing those little things, like I got 181 likes there, 192 here. As soon as I change it to gold, I go to 209. So now I'm changing it based off of the data that's coming back. And this app is really cool. One of my favorite apps is called Prime for Instagram. What it does is you log into the app with your Instagram account. It scans your account, scans your followers' accounts, and tells you the best time of day to post. So what time they're actually on there. So like if you see on Sundays, 6:14 p.m. is my best time to post. If I'm posting twice a day, then 4:14 p.m. is the best time to post. If I'm posting the third time, 1:45 p.m. is the best time to post. So really good app. So does this really work? So this is what happened. I ran this for 6 months. I got 11,500 followers. I captured over 1,000 leads. I had this link in my bio that I wanted people to click to like take a survey. I ended up getting 11 new clients paying me $600 a month to do this basically same service for them. I was averaging now, I think I started with like 20 or 30 likes per post. Now I'm getting over 100 likes per post. And now I'm getting 100 plus new followers per day. And some other things happen indirectly that I didn't expect. But as I'm liking different people's photos, I'm engaging with people who are pretty cool. So I ended up engaging with this one guy who ran social media for Toronto Raptor. And he was like, hey man, like, thanks for the follow. I'd like to see if there's some way we can work together. I contacted him. We ended up working on a campaign, social media campaign for that player, for the NBA All-Star game. Another thing that happened that was cool, that was indirect, I ended up liking a photo for one of the Shark Tank casting directors. He invited me out to Nasdaq's Entrepreneurship Center in San Francisco to come check out the Shark Tank casting call. Ended up networking with the center out in San Francisco, and they asked me to be on their board. So now I'm on the board of the center, all from this automation robot that liked this guy's photo. Right? It's just being really efficient with your time. So those are the 5 keys to unlocking Instagram. And I just want to leave you with just these questions. First, have you identified your target market? Have you identified what your target market does on Instagram? have you developed your content strategy? Have you activated your automation plan? And have you analyzed your strategy? So just ask yourself those questions. I'll leave it up for a second so you can take a picture. And then I do have a worksheet that helps you walk through how this works. And if you want, take out your phones, text the word 5 keys, one word, to 44222. And again, that's the word 5 keys to 44222. And I'll send you a worksheet that basically walks you through how you can do this on your account. Like, it helps you identify your target market, it helps you identify what they do. And that is my presentation. I hope you guys have learned something, and I'm ready for some Q&A.